So we have had the worst week, so I am going to sit here and drink some wine and tell you about it and show you, because I've got some footage, and also tell you about my fine needle biopsy. So if you only want to hear about the fine needle biopsy, absolutely fine, I will leave the little markers down below. But if you want to hear about the worst week in the world and see what mental health really does look like, not just the quirky mental health online, then please keep watching and you're in for a treat. Yay! That is probably one of the only times I've ever opened it without the cork snapping. There's no judgment here, this is 110% deserved and needed. If you're new here, hi, welcome. I know this seems like a bit of a mess, but I am a bit of a mess right now. I normally talk about mental health and taboo topics on this channel. Today I am going to be showing what an actual mental health disorder can look like, the reality of it, but also talk to you about my fine needle biopsy, because I was going to do a whole vlog situation this week and show you me going, etc. And then it turned into an absolute shitfest. And I decided the other day to pick up my camera and just film, because I am, as much as I love seeing people talk about mental health online, and I truly do believe it's important we all share our own experiences, and it's important to share hopeful videos about how recovery is possible, how not every day is bad. I also believe in showing the truth, being honest, because there's nothing worse than sitting at home in a depressed hole, looking at people online that you are meant to relate to, who are also claiming to struggle with mental health or are struggling with mental health, but they're happy, cheery, they're only showing the good bits, or they're using it as some sort of quirky character, and you just end up feeling more alone. The reason I'm filming this before is because I want to show you today I'm fine, today I'm okay, so it isn't bad, it's not like this every day, but I still wanted to show the reality of it. So I'm going to include some clips, and again, like I said, if you just want to fully hear about the fine needle biopsy, you can skip, it'll be on the bottom. But if you want to see what it looks like or what it can feel like to be struggling, then keep watching, and I'll be back in a minute. Hopefully you don't get too depressed. Maybe you need a wine. I woke up today. So I woke up depressed, sad. Oh, depression. Oh, it's just so annoying. Why? There's been a lot going on, as I think I've spoken about before, and it's all just getting a bit much. But it wasn't yesterday or the day before, and then today I woke up and it's kind of like you build a wall and you can feel everything building up against that wall, but you're like, I can keep it back, there's an army of sad, depressed, agitated, annoyed, angry people trying to get into this wall, and you're there and you're like, I can keep this wall up, this wall is fine, my wall is steady, they're not getting in, but you know that they're there, but like, they're not getting in. And then one day you go to sleep and the people in the middle of the night, while you're not awake, break the wall down, but you don't know about it until you wake up. And that is how I feel today. I am still in my room. To be fair, I do enjoy spending time in my room because the telly's in here, I've got my laptop, it's a big bed, it's the sun shines through this room, and because we live with my partner's parent at the moment, it makes more sense. It's the most homely room, if that makes sense. But I didn't want to get out of bed this morning. I had all these plans for videos I was going to film, and instead I have just made some food at 2:25. It's reheated bolognese from yesterday, veggie bolognese obviously. To be fair, it is delicious. And then I've got some crisps if I can stomach them. I've really been struggling with eating. To the day, and I've just decided to watch A Good Doctor because that's my happy show. So yeah, I also did do some exercise. It was 24 minutes I think, so not much, but it's a start. Hopefully I'll be able to carry on tomorrow, and that's probably going to be my day. So if you are still here, then you are crazy and I don't know why you're still watching this, but I think it was important to show. It was bad. I felt terrible, and I felt in that moment like I was not going to feel any better. That is why I'm showing it, because today I've picked up the camera, I've done my makeup, I got dressed. I didn't feel capable of ever doing any of those things again when I was recording it, so I wanted to make this just so you can see there are bad days. We all have bad days. I have a lot of bad days at the minute, but then I've been through phases where I have amazing days. Please don't think you're alone. Just because people online who say they're suffering seem not to be, doesn't mean that they're not. Just because people online who don't even mention suffering don't seem to be suffering, doesn't mean they're not. You're not alone. You're not the only one. But I want to just quickly talk about my fine needle biopsy, since I didn't do the actual filming and recording and everything. So I went for an ultrasound a couple of weeks ago because I had a small lump, but to be honest, I couldn't feel it, but other people had mentioned that my neck looked a bit more swollen than usual, and my doctor wanted me to get it checked out because of all these other symptoms that I've been having, and that she's just basically doing a lot of different tests at the minute. So I went for a biopsy. They found a cyst that the consultant said when I was at the appointment the other day, it was about this big, and it has something called calcification in it, which can potentially mean it could be thyroid cancer. Now, it doesn't mean that it definitely is. He said that he grades them on a scale of 1 to 5. 1 being completely definitely not, 5 being it's cancer and it's spread, and then 3 basically being in the middle where they are unsure. It looks suspect, but they can't be certain. So I then had to get a biopsy done. How they do that is you go into a room. I was expecting numbing cream or something to numb the area. He did mention that they don't provide you with the anaesthetic injection to numb it because that's just another needle and it distresses people more. I did think they were going to use cream. Maybe if I'd asked they would have. The woman who done it was not the most friendly, but there was like 6 people in the room and they were lovely, and I just didn't feel comfortable asking. I don't know if maybe that's just something in other countries, because when I watched videos everyone mentioned getting something to numb it. I did not. So I just did it just completely raw without any pain relief, which was uncomfortable. But basically I went into a room of 6 people, I lied down on the bed, the woman got the ultrasound machine back out so she could find where it was and get some more pictures to compare to my old photos from my previous ultrasound, and then she told me that she would give me a chance to swallow, because for the few seconds that she would be taking the biopsy I wouldn't have a chance to. So she said, when I let you know to swallow and then we'll do the biopsy. She did say it would only take a couple of seconds, and it did. she said it would feel like just some pressure. It was uncomfortable. It was, I would say, like a sharp pain, and then it was a very strange sensation. So it wasn't the needle, but I could feel like as if it was, something was here as well. It went in here. I didn't really bruise. So it went in here, but I could like feel almost, I wouldn't say pain, but like pressure down my neck and my jaw and my ear, which I did look online. It did say that can happen. And they do, it kind of goes in and then they go like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, but they don't completely take it out. It must be like that. I didn't look because I knew it freaked me out more. So they took the samples, but then she explained to me that the people that were in the room, they would need to not check the samples to see if it was cancerous, but they needed to check the samples to see if they collected cells or just blood. Sometimes you just get blood. So they check it. That took about 5 minutes. If it was just blood, they would have had to have done it again. So I was just lying there just hoping, please, 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 let them have got what they needed. But they said that they did. They were doing something with a hairdryer. Again, I just didn't look. I just stayed completely still, just hoping that they'd got enough. And thankfully they did. So then they just put a plaster on it, let me go. It was really quick. Now, the few hours afterwards, it did become what I would call uncomfortable. It wasn't sore. I know some people have said that the area was sore, but it wasn't sore. It was just uncomfortable, almost like if you've ever had whiplash. It was just on this area there where it had gone in there, and I imagine obviously something as thin as it is, something going that deep into where it shouldn't probably would just upset the nerves around there. But the next day was totally fine. Like I said, I didn't bruise. I know some people do. And now I have an appointment in 2 weeks to find out the results, which I think is normal. I will see the consultant and then we will discuss from there, depending on the result, what we will do next. He did tell me that if it is something sinister, then we would need to be talking about having part of the thyroid or my full thyroid removed and discussing treatment. If it's not and it's all okay, then I will still need to get a camera down my throat basically to see what it is that's going on that's causing these issues. But they just want to get this checked out first to make sure that they're not like it's not sinister. So that is everything I have to the appointment. Again, it was really quick. They do say that you technically could go back to work afterwards, with me anyway, because they didn't give me anything in the end, to like any medication or anything, but I did just feel a little bit off for the rest of the day and tired, so I took the day off. I'd already planned to take the day off. I would recommend doing that if you can, but I know not everybody can. But I think that paracetamol, ibuprofen, I think it'd be fine pain wise. Obviously everybody's different. That was my experience, and that was without any pain relief. So it is possible to do. Getting the coil in, 1,000 times worse pain wise than that, and I still recommend the coil and I would still do it again. So yeah, that is everything that happened at the fine needle biopsy appointment. I hope that if you are someone who is getting that done soon, this will make you feel a little bit better, and I hope that if you are getting it done, then any results that you get are positive. That is everything for today. I will do an update on my biopsy with the CT scan. I didn't really see a point doing a video on getting the CT scan because it's pretty simple. You just lay down, have a injection, you drink some drink. But if you do want to see that, you want a bit more detail on the prep for the CT scan and getting that done, then let me know down below and I will definitely do that. The CT scan was on my abdomen and pelvis, and if you've got any questions about the fine needle biopsy or thyroid or cyst in general, just let me know and I will try and answer them to the best of my knowledge. But that is everything for now. Like I said, we all have bad days. If you are struggling, reach out to someone. If you are having more bad days than good, please ask for help. Don't just struggle alone. You don't need to. And remember, you're not alone. Everything you see on the internet is intended for you to see. So bear that in mind. And nobody, or not many people, put their worst days online. So when you're seeing these people who might have the same disorders than you and they look like they're doing so much better, you don't know what's happening 23 hours of their day. even less, even less. You don't even see an hour of most people's day online. So please don't be too hard on yourself. Remember to stay in reality as much as you can, and I'll keep trying to help you do that as well. Please give this video a like and comment. It really does help the channel and the algorithm, and if you could subscribe, I would be absolutely over the moon, because I'm really wanting to get to 1,000 subscribers this year. That is everything for now though, so wherever that you are, I hope you have a lovely morning, day or night, and I will see you again next time. Bye!